The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina sometimes deals with disturbing and problematic topics. We provided a list of content warnings in the episode description. Hello and welcome to Dead Ends. I'm Emily.
I'm Brenton.
And we're a fucking mess. We're here. We're consistent again.
We are consistent again.
I was really tired yesterday, and it was really touch and go on if we were going to watch the episode. I didn't tell Brenton this, but I was in my soul. I was like, we have to do this. But I was so tired. I did bake gluten-free bread yesterday from scratch.
It's really good.
I did use, if you have a wheat allergy, this is not an option for you, but I did use King Arthur's gluten-free bread flour, where they have wheat starch that they took the gluten out of, kind of like alcohol-free wine. Like, that's how I think about it. It's like the alcohol, they take the alcohol out of the wine. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
At least I think that's how because you have to do that because you ferment it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's gonna have alcohol. Yeah. So it's like that, but so that then it doesn't trigger someone with celiac.
Me.
But obviously, if you have a wheat allergy, it's not an option. But the wheat makes with the yeast. Yeasted bread likes yeast, or yeasted bread likes wheat. Yeasted bread likes yeast. This is the kind
I'm glad it likes itself.
You know what? And that's good.
It is good.
It's good. We should all like ourselves more.
Mm-hmm.
Just like yeast.
Yeah.
But it was artisan bread from King Arthur's website. They have a gluten-free artisan bread. If you want to try it at home, if you for some reason are celiac or eating gluten-free, that it turned out pretty good.
Mm-hmm. No, it tastes really good.
I will say we did not have parchment paper that could go up to the temperature that is required to bake the bread. So I did have to stick it in there plop naked, and it did stick to the bottom, even though I tried to not let it stick. But, you know, there's only so much you can do.
Exactly. Things happen.
So we'll be buying either like one of those little silicone mats or like the King Arthur sells parchment paper that can go up to 450 or 500 or whatever the hell you bake the bread on. 400?
450.
Yeah. I think the parchment paper can go up to like 500 or 450 or something. So all in all good. Because most parchment paper can't, just in case you didn't know. Also, the recipe
for ours.
The recipe said that we were supposed to preheat our Dutch oven in the oven. But our Dutch oven is from Lodge, I think.
Lodge, yeah.
They, on their website, say, do not put this in the oven empty. Do not heat me empty. I don't like being heated empty. We don't really know why. My dad gave us a reason. I believe him, but I'm not going to repeat it in case it's wrong. So if you know, tell us. I'm sure we could look this up. But if you're into baking,
assume because it's enamel.
Yeah, there's something about the enamel coating and the cast iron, and I don't know. But all in all, I baked gluten-free bread. I feel very accomplished.
Mm-hmm.
I think next weekend I'm going to make bread for me and bread for Brenton. Not that I haven't tried the gluten-free bread. I'm not against it.
It's really good. If you can eat as a celiac.
If you can't eat the wheat.
Exactly. It does. It literally does make a difference.
It makes a huge difference in how the bread like rises. I will say making it's kind of like working with oobleck. Like, you know what oobleck is?
No.
So oobleck is like this stuff. I think it's called oobleck. That's like, my mom used to make it in her class with her students because it's like both a liquid and a solid.
Okay. Yeah.
And
very
so
goopy.
It's goopy. It's goopy as hell. Like this dough is goopy as hell. So at least I think that's what oobleck is a liquid and a solid. I'm pretty sure. I didn't look this up. This is all just off the cuff. This is an improv show.
Yeah, we took a yeah, okay.
Yeah,
Wait,
yeah.
I'm looking this up.
Oobleck.
Yeah. OOBLECK.
Yeah.
Yeah. Non-Newtonian fluid suspension of starch in water.
Yeah. That's right. That's what it kind of feels like.
There's a Dr. Seuss novel after which oobleck is named. Bartholomew and the Oobleck.
Oh, Bart.
I did not read this.
I don't know that
A
one.
page boy who must rescue his kingdom from a sticky green substance called oobleck.
I love that. You know what?
Mm-hmm. There's also a Ruby character named Dr. Bartholomew Oobleck for all you Ruby heads out there.
Was that a little after us, Ruby?
Ruby, yeah.
Max and Ruby, right? Is that what that
No,
is?
no. This is RWBY, which is anime CG thing from Rooster
I was
Teeth.
thinking like the Max and Ruby. I think they're like, it's like a kids show and they're like little rabbits or something.
Oh no, this was a web series. I think is it still a web series? I don't know. But anyways.
Long story long. That's how I tell all my stories. Long story long. It's very goopy and you can't really shape it and you just kind of have to like thoughts and prayers it and it works.
Yeah.
So
it does.
It worked. But I want to make, I was going to say real bread. I keep saying real bread when it's not gluten-free, which is very rude.
Just because I enjoy the gluten-free bread.
Gluten bread.
Yeah.
Next weekend, and then I'll make Brenton a different bread because this one involved like a pre-ferment and it took a long time, which is fine. Like it doesn't take, the task itself was probably like an hour to 2 hours max, but it's like you have to let it sit for like 24 hours and then you gotta take it out and you gotta flip it and then you gotta let it sit and then you gotta take it out and it's a lot of start and stop.
Yeah, because you have to, and it's not like you're sitting there. It's like, okay, you stretched and folded the dough. Now go leave the house for 2 hours and come back. It's like, no, 40 minutes, you're going to do it again. 20 minutes, you're going to do something again.
It's like Pomodoro method. It's like a pretty tight timing to come back. But yeah, so it turned out pretty good. I'm very proud.
Yeah, it came out very well.
So I am
it is delicious.
Accomplished baker.
Yeah.
Do we need to go hit the button on the washer or dryer because it's
it'll turn off. It'll stop beeping at us, and after one more beep.
Okay. Cool.
You can't hear it because we've set up these microphones, so you won't hear it.
That's good.
Yeah.
Lucky them.
Exactly.
So that's what we did yesterday. Well, no, we also went to our town is very cute. We live in this little beachy town, and we have something called a Peddlers fair. In August usually, and it's when a bunch of booths, like they close down our main street, and it's got like this main street, it's like when you picture like a little beach town shopping street that's got like a bunch of little storefronts, like that's basically what this normally is. And so now in front of all those stores they have all these little booths for the day. So there were like people that made, oh my god,
oh, Herman farted so bad. That's a bad fart.
I was like, are you okay?
That wasn't me.
My eyes.
And that's not me like blaming anybody else.
Eat something outside.
No, he like just ate. So maybe that's it.
He looks very content.
Yeah. He had pooped when we were outside too.
You get
TMI
that out
for everybody else.
Yeah. Okay, so there's these cute little like vendors. So there was like a woman who handmade dresses and like shirts and stuff. So I bought a dress. It's very cute. It's gonna go perfect in my trad wife aesthetic as baking bread. No, it feels very like it's not trad wifey. One, it's not cut to be that way. Not that I care. I think you should wear whatever fucking dress you want. Just don't vote Republican. Like I think that's kind of where I'm at.
Put it on our on our podcast description.
I don't think we should be anti-milkmaid dress. I think we should be anti-misogyny.
Yeah.
So I bought this really cute dress. There was like little boutiques that were out. There were artists. So we bought some art of
Witch Hat Atelier.
Witch Hat Atelier, thank you. I was like, what's the show? We bought those really, really cute little pictures. And then did I show them?
Oh yeah, sure. Go grab them. Yeah. Are you also bringing over? We got some art pieces too. Oh yeah, you are. Yeah, from local artists. Yeah. Perfect.
Okay. So we got. I don't know. Be able to.
Yeah, maybe back it up a little bit. Yeah, we don't. This isn't like.
It should autofocus.
I don't think it'd have it on auto because it might not have it on auto because with this camera.
I was like, no, this camera autofocuses.
Yeah, because I remember it would do weird things in the middle of us recording. Oh
yeah, because we had two heads. It doesn't like that. It's my old Nikon. I love this camera.
Yeah, it's a great deal.
But
DSLR.
so one is Tatia and Coco like studying. Well, maybe we'll insert like pictures if we can.
Yeah, let's do that instead.
And then one is Kiefer and the girls and El Rugio all on the couch. Got everyone's name right. Look at me.
Yeah.
And then we got like, I don't know if you'll be able to see. Yeah, these are better.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
There's like, we got an artist. She had prints of her paintings that were really pretty. So we got this one. We can include a picture too. Oh no, wait. Okay, I got rid of the light. I was like, there's a glare. I thought this was gorgeous. And then we got one of a desert scene because we got married in the desert.
Yeah.
In case you didn't know, by the 4,000 photos of our wedding, I post every chance I get of us standing in the desert. One day, I'll post photos that aren't from our wedding. Not today.
Not today.
Not today. But yeah, it was really fun. So we could.
It's always great every year.
We can try to include the artists too if we remember the.
Yes.
We find the things. I have the names.
I subscribe to the newsletter. Oh yeah, for the witch hat art. Yeah, we'll include that there.
That's our show and tell.
Yeah.
Oh, and then I bought a cute little outfit from a boutique that's like a little. I call it a circus outfit because it's like a red and white stripe, but it's like so it's kind of like a circus tent color, but it's like a subtle like red and cream.
Yeah,
it's not
exactly.
like I don't look like a clown.
No.
Well, maybe, but it was really cute. So all in all, we had a great weekend.
Yes, it was really great.
It was really great. I baked bread. We left the house. We went outside.
Got our steps.
It wasn't too hot. I did not get all my steps yesterday.
Oh, yeah, I got a little sunburned.
You
Hard
did.
to see with the light shining on us, but that is a nice bright red.
Which is crazy. So Brent and I went to the dermatologist. This is just show and tell. I'm not going to talk about the episode. Brent and I went to the dermatologist not too long ago. And when you're married, sometimes they're like, hey, do you guys want to share a room? And you're like, yeah, like, why do I want to sit in a room by myself? Like,
Let's get this done faster.
Yeah, let's get this done quicker. So we're doing it. And Brenton has always been tanner than me. When I met Brenton, he was very tan. We went to school in Santa Barbara. Like, we were all very tan. I was much more tan. And she was looking at her skin. I was like, you know, that's what the dermatologist does. We're having her do a full skin check. And then afterwards she goes, yeah, he's paler than you are. And I was like, that has never been said to me in this relationship.
Look below the collarbone here.
But it's like, so your natural skin is lighter. You just tan better than I do, which I think is interesting. It's like one of those, like, I don't, you know, I mean, you shouldn't be tanning. You should not get tan. Tan is your skin cells being like, hey, you've killed us, or whatever. You're going to get cancer. Don't tan. It's bad for you. But I did think it was interesting.
Yeah. I know. Good for you. Another feather in your cap.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's not like being, yeah, you know, it's not like it's a competition.
Yeah,
but I did think it was interesting just because you have always had like, you've always like, if your arms are so much more tan than mine, even now.
Right.
Like you tan so well. Interesting.
Yeah.
Skin's weird.
It is very weird.
Bodies are weird. And that's what I have for you. That's what I bring.
Couldn't think of a good segue from bodies into this episode.
Yeah, I was like,
yeah.
The machine. Your body's a machine.
Yeah. God in the machine and their machine's the body.
Yeah.
Well, let's just get into their cast.
We got nothing for you.
Shall we do it?
Yeah.
Let's just go over there. All right, perfect. And things are working good here. We were having some trouble with setting up this. I had set up our new mics and then kept forgetting to set it up ahead of our recording. So now I've got it fixed.
Good.
All right. So we've got a couple people this week. So Pollyanna McIntosh, what a name as Metatron. So she was Angel in Hap and Leonard, but most people I think would know her if you're a big fan of The Walking Dead because she is Jadis Stokes / Anne. I don't know what that / means. Maybe one of those was a pseudonym, and then here's your real name. In seasons 7, 8, and 9.
Oh,
and
that's way beyond my knowledge.
Oh, yeah. I stopped after 1.5.
Yeah, I think I watched the first season in a frat house when I was avoiding sorority duties.
I had read the first volume of the comic or something and watched like the first little bit of the show and then was like, okay, I'm okay. But then was also in the spin-offs, The Walking Dead World Beyond.
Oh.
And The Walking Dead, The Ones Who Live. So good work if you can get it.
Yeah.
She was also in Vikings Valhalla as a name I can't pronounce. Elfigu of Northampton. Do you know how to say that letter there?
Nope.
Yep. It's like
it's
an
the A with the E attached.
Exactly.
What is that called?
I don't know anything about Norse stuff. But she's also done a lot of not a lot. She's done a few video game voiceover. So the Dante's Inferno video game, if you remember me mentioning that a few episodes ago, she was Bella.
Fun.
Yeah, she was Loca. And then she was in Middle Earth Shadow of War, which was the most recent Lord of the Rings action game. She was Shelob. Now, you might remember, if you've seen the movies, you might remember Shelob is a big old spider. And if you read the books, you might remember that Shelob is a big old spider creature-like thing, but has some thinking. But in both the book and the movie, they refer to Shelob as she. So what these video game designers did, they went, wait a minute. What if Shelob can turn into a sexy lady?
Ooh, you know what men love? They love a woman who can be a bug. Men love a woman who can be a bug.
They would love her if she was a worm.
Yeah. Oh, you know who? Oh, never mind. This is a spoiler for Riverdale. Never mind. Lock that little concept away for later.
Season 6.
I won't remember, but you should.
Yep.
Maybe you will.
Yeah. She was also in Forspoken as Tanta Prav? ?
Okay.
And then only a couple credits that I have for Natalie Grace, who played Moth. Now, if you look up Natalie Grace on your search engines, a different Natalie Grace will also pop up on IMDb. That is not this Natalie Grace.
Got it. I was gonna say because I feel like that name's familiar.
Yeah, she played. She was Fairy, just capital F Fairy, as in that was the name in The Magicians. Not like I'm assuming
her?
also a fairy, but like her name was Fairy. And then was also the only other one I knew, because she's done a bunch of shorts and things I wasn't familiar with, was a teenage girl in Fringe.
Oh.
Yeah. Potential option for us to do a show in the future.
You know what other show someone mentioned to me, one of my friends?
Oh, yes.
One of my dear friends who I think listens to the pod. She used to. I know she didn't. We did Pretty Little Liars. She was like, hey, I'm watching Desperate Housewives, and that's just Pretty Little Liars for adults. And I was like, that is such a good take.
It's really good.
That is such a good take. It's brilliant. I love it.
How many seasons did that run?
Desperate Housewives? I don't know. I think
180 episodes, 8 seasons?
oh
my God.
Oh, wow. I only watched the first season with my mom, which I might have been a little too young for. But I don't know. I don't think it's that bad.
No.
I don't remember anything being like... But I also don't think like life had a lot of shock value for me as a child.
Well, there you go.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. You weren't scandalized.
Yeah. Like I had a very comfortable childhood. I was not living a sketchy life.
No. I think it was like, if I remember correctly, from the little bit that I watched.
It's like they're having an affair.
Yeah, it was more like tawdry
Salacious.
in like the material that was happening, but not necessarily on screen, because this was still on ABC. So it wasn't like an HBO show of people like... It's not like The Hunting Wives now, where they're like, people are having like on-screen sex with like their affairs all the time and things, and people are naked.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, they're having an affair. And then it's like, they make out and cut to the next scene.
You see like the man shirtless.
Yes. Lots of men shirtless.
Lots of shirtless men.
Especially you had reminded me of the gardener.
Is it the gardener or the pool boy?
Man, I didn't. The reason I know Desperate Housewives is I think my parents would watch it sometimes, but it was on after Lost. So I'd catch like little bits.
So, because I was like, I was telling my friend, I was like, the Desperate Housewives is a good one. We can add it to our list of options, because I'm really afraid to do Lost. I'm just going to admit it publicly now. I'm very afraid to do Lost because I'm afraid that I'm not going to like it, and it's going to be really, really miserable for like an entire year of us doing this podcast, and I'm just going to not want to do it, and that's going to make me want to quit. And, you know, I might also have a great time just tearing it apart. Who's to say? I don't know. But I was like, okay, would Desperate Housewives be more fun, like for me or in general? Oh my God, I just beat my microphone. And maybe not, like, you know, the world, who knows? I can't possibly master this thing inside my head. So I was like, yeah. And Brenton's like, we can do both. We'll do it double.
Right.
We'll do it just like they used to show it on TV. We'll do an episode of Lost and an episode of Desperate
Exactly.
Housewives.
Or like, okay, here's the week where Lost had 2 episodes, or here's the week where Desperate Housewives had 2 episodes.
Like a double, yeah.
Uh-huh.
If this was our only job, hell yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. We would be doing so many shows.
It'd be so funny.
It would be so funny. But unfortunately, fortunately for me, I'm writing a book.
Yeah.
And
I have an office job, so
Brenton pays my bills. So
for now.
Yeah, and then once we got that sweet book money and I can retire him, you can expect more podcasts.
Absolutely.
but we gotta
Well,
get that book out.
Speaking of a podcast, should we get into this week's episode?
We should.
Chapter 33, Deus Ex Machina, which is a specific phrase where a plot device, it is a plot device where a seemingly unsolvable problem in a story is suddenly and abruptly resolved by an unexpected, unlikely occurrence. So the Latin phrase is God from the machine, but like, it's like you can kind of point at things, but sometimes it's such a loose definition that it can be like really, I feel like subjective sometimes. But I mean, the end of the Lord of the Rings, people point out like the eagles picking up Sam and Frodo out of Mordor at the very end. You know, the eagles are more in the books, whatever. So you can kind of like play with that a little bit. Another one that was listed on the Wikipedia was like at the end of War of the Worlds that the aliens just die of disease.
Oh.
I don't know. I feel like it works for what the story they're telling, but you know, you can kind of
totally
play with it. Anyways, just a little background on Metatron as well, because it's an angel from Judaism, particularly like Jewish mystical texts. And then I saw, like, I don't know a lot about extended Judaism, like, at all. So, but I saw something reference those, particularly within a Kabbalistic tradition. Because, like, Metatron is not in the Torah or the Bible.
Okay.
But I know it's enough of, like, a name. And he is sometimes portrayed as serving as the celestial scribe. I believe in a fairly well-known YA fantasy book series, which I will not spoil because it's in the final book. Metatron is known as the voice of God. Because if I said it, it would be like people would be like, "What the hell are you? How did we get there from that book?" I will leave it open for others to pick up on that one.
I don't know what this is. Have I read the series?
Yes, you have.
Is it one we talked about quite recently?
No, it's been a bit. I was really into it 8 years ago because I'd read it for the first time, but it's a fairly old YA series.
Have I read all of the series?
You have read the 3 books.
3 books?
Yeah.
Oh, I bought you the other book though.
Yeah.
And then you told me it wasn't very good and I wasn't going to like it.
We don't need to
talk about that. Okay, yeah. If you have questions and you want to know, send us an email or leave a comment or something and we'll tell you so that you're not sitting there going, I hate when people are like, I won't say it so that I don't spoil anything. And then I'm like, but I will never figure it out. Yeah. And I'd read the books.
Yeah, it's because it's such a departure of like how you start from that series. I don't want to say it.
Yeah.
That's how I know.
I could give a whole dissertation on how that was like a cool concept that got just fucking ruined.
Yeah, I like it, and then I don't know.
It falls apart.
It's
like gluten-free bread and water. It crumbles.
How dare you?
All bread crumbles in water. It's just gluten-free disintegrates.
All right. So we get a vision of the celestial realm, which looks kind of like the Sentinel's room in the Academy. So strange. We see an angel, this is Metatron that we learned later, discussing the current predicament with the Eldritch Terrors. The Eldritch Terrors were attracted to the amount of chaos in the cosmos, and that Metatron will allow the mortals and witches to try and stop the Eldritch Terrors, and they say if that doesn't work, they will negate Sabrina Spellman.
This part doesn't really make sense to me once we get into the
Sabrina,
episode.
Sorry, not Sabrina Spellman specifically.
Because it's like, I'm going to give them time to fix it, but it's like you gave them like 20 minutes.
Yeah. Well, to Metatron's defense, they were not leaning toward
success.
They were spinning around in circles. They were leaning toward keeping both Sabrinas intact.
Well,
all right. So the co-presidents of Sabrina and Roz field questions from the student populace. A boy named Milo, I thought I had noted this down just in case
Milo Malik
comes back up. Yes. Representing the astronomy club wants budget for the club and to fix their telescope, and Sabrina's like, my cousin can fix it. This is Chekhov's telescope. And then Nick emerges from the back wearing a Letterman jacket. Ambrose,
this is the only content I want. When this happened, I said, this is what this show is supposed to be. Like Nick being like, I need to get Sabrina back, and I was never a part of her other world. So now I'm going to fully immerse myself in her life. That is the exact kind of like teen drama relationship groveling that I want. I eat this up. Why is this not the whole episode? I actually think this is a pretty good episode.
Yeah. Well,
But-
yeah, I do think there's some downsides to this episode.
Oh, yeah.
Ambrose interrogates the Blackwood's head to find out what the next Eldritch terrors are, but he won't say. And then Prudence comes in and uses her psychic abilities to try and break into his brain, which is visually represented as a safe. And she can't, but promises there's other ways of opening him up. Lilith is tending to a crying Adam when Hilda comes in. Apparently, Lilith hasn't left her room in days and wants to bide her time until Adam is of age, aka 16, so he can defeat his father for the throne. Nick says he's transferred to Greendale since Sabrina's been avoiding him since he made his proclamation. Even Sabrina is rolling her eyes at the endgame comment. She says, "You really hurt me and I'm not over it." And Nick says, "Well, one of the reasons I was never able to fully commit," she's like, "because you're a sex addict." And he's like, "And because I never experienced this part of your life." And he casted a spell to get himself enrolled. Sabrina tells him that just because he's ready to get back together doesn't mean she is.
Also, he's the
Nick's-
captain of the wrestling team.
Oh, right. Of course he is.
Because this show was written by the same man who wrote Riverdale. And you know what you gotta have?
Well, exactly, wrestling. And there's another scene later in this episode that is also seen in Riverdale. We'll get to it.
Okay.
And then Nick says he'll wait however long it takes. Then there's a big earthquake, and they find huge spires jutting up from the ground in the middle of the school. Cut to Marie, who looks at a globe and sees they've gone up all over the world. In the infernal realm, the Morningstars are back from their trip having dinner, and Sabrina says hell isn't working and there's too many souls suffering for no reason, so we're going to do a take a penny, leave a penny situation with souls.
I really like the idea too. She's like, some of them are here for stupid reasons, like eating shellfish. Like,
Oh, I missed that.
yeah, because it's like in the Old Testament, it's like eating shellfish or like I think like touching a pig's, like
Right,
it's like
some of those like really great things. Yeah.
So it's like, why are they here?
Yeah, we'll get more to this too, but Lucifer just kind of like not caring at all about any of this anymore, just kind of going, yes, good job, Sabrina, and having no wants of his own. We've talked about this before, but it's like, all right, he's so different from where he started.
Well, because he's got his daughter now.
Yeah, but the whole reason he wanted his daughter was to take over the earth.
Yeah, and I want to talk about too, like the Sabrina A, Sabrina B of it all.
Yeah. I do. Yeah. We will definitely circle back on that. Lucifer asks where Lilith is when they're interrupted by Billy and Lizzie being in the infernal realm, being very confused. They're like in their diner booth, and Sabrina wipes their memory and sends it back to Greendale. And we see they were at Dr. C's, and Hilda delivers milkshakes to him. Ambrose says he's too busy to fix the telescope. Because he's like, oh yeah, I'm dealing with like important things like the end of the world, and not all of us can compartmentalize our lives like you, Sabrina. Sabrina mentions Nick transferring and the earthquake, but
I
Ambrose
think Ambrose
didn't feel
makes
one.
a comment too about Nick being able to compartmentalize as well.
Oh, he said Nick as well.
I think so, or something like that, because he's just like, oh well, and he's out here doing other things too,
Right. Oh, because he's chasing after Sabrina
Yeah.
instead of doing, Theo hears giggling in the middle of the night and finds his closet open. He grabs a flashlight and is greeted by a hobgoblin. And Robin's like, whoa, that's my friend. And then the hobgoblin, this is the scene I'm talking about, does the, this is the end. Hey, what do you know? How does this cocaine smell? And blows a bunch of white powder in Theo's face, knocking him out, which is exactly what, oh God, I can only remember the actor's name, Sarah Desjardins, who does it to Betty.
Oh God, oh no, what's her name? We're at
It was in the last
Stonewall
season.
Prep.
Yes.
We have Brett.
This is gonna
This is
kill
gonna
me.
drive us nuts. Someone's listening to this being like, oh my God, these idiots
so
can't remember their
I
name.
know, we have to do this on mic, so we're not just torturing people.
Well,
What
or they
is her
remember.
name?
It's just us.
Well, yeah, but I mean,
No, Jay. Is Janet the other girl in the group?
Janice.
Janice.
It is Donna.
Donna.
But there's nothing worse than you being like yelling at your phone, being like, "I know the answer."
And you're like, oh my God, they can't remember. They can't remember anything.
The hobgoblin's name is Moth, and they call Robin Puck because Robin Goodfellow. Just going back around.
I love that.
And the two of them steal away out the window. Sabrina heads downstairs and hears a loud crash, and in the morgue, a giant hell statue has emerged from the ground, and Ambrose doesn't think it's the Eldritch Terrors doing this. In hell, the Greendale sign has fallen down, and Sabrina Morningstar wants to go to the morning realm to check, but Lucifer has a different idea. Prudence visit. We're going to go tattle on you. You kidding me?
Because he's like, well,
we're going to your aunt, and she's not going to be very happy about this.
That's what's also weird about like this. I don't know. We'll discuss the Sabrina thing in a minute.
Completely different character.
No, he's not the weirdest part of this whole thing.
Oh.
The Sabrinas are the weirdest part of this whole thing.
Hmm.
I have qualms with the Sabrinas.
Okay. Prudence visits Roz at home as she's needed for a mission. The two of them go into Blackwood's church and find the smell unbearable because Blackwood's corpse is just rotting there. And Judith and Judas are on the ground bowing in front of the body because they have no minds of their own. Harvey has a demon rock emerge in his house, so he calls Sabrina, and Sabrina and Ambrose hear another sound and find one in the front yard. Marie psychically calls Ambrose to the academy. We see that the infernal and mortal realms are being squished together, and Ambrose says it's because of the two Sabrinas and really lays into her about it. And Sabrina's like, you know what, you're right. I'm going to tell the aunties about this and own up to everything, and Ambrose is surprised.
And he's proud.
Mm-hmm.
You can tell he's really proud.
He's like, oh, good.
It's like, oh.
Sabrina
hey.
Spellman goes to talk to Aunt Zelda and finds the Morningstars all there. Zelda asks to speak to Spellman alone, and Lucifer is excited to see what's become of the old academy that was once dedicated to him. Zelda says she's heard the truth from Lucifer, who unbelievably lies less than she does.
It's just the best line.
Oh, good. Yeah, she just it does such a good job in this scene. This is just the why am I forgetting everybody's name?
Miranda Otto.
Thank you. Acting clinic here. Zelda interrogates Sabrina and learns that Ambrose also knew. And she goes, oh, Ambrose, really? Did a 16-year-old girl bully a 130-year-old man to lie?
I love it.
Robin comes clean to Theo about
He's like, there's two of them, though.
Right. Robin comes clean to Theo about his old friend visiting. You see, the hobgoblins and the fairy folk, they see the rise of Sauron happening and the world is dying, so they need to all diminish to the west. But he wants Theo to come with him.
Honestly, if my hobgoblin boyfriend asked me to leave, I'd be like, can I bring my friends?
Yeah. So for people who didn't watch the episode, that means that all the fairy folk are going back to the fairy realm for good. But I was just like, oh my God, this is just the elves in Lord of the Rings. At least the movies. The Morningstars tour the academy when Nick comes in wanting to talk to Sabrina Spellman and doesn't realize there's two Sabrinas. And
he's like, why do you have a red headband?
Yeah. I mean, he notices. Yeah. Morningstar teleports him away to talk to him alone, and Nick interrupts her before she can tell him who she is, and he begs for forgiveness, and Sabrina's like, I'm not who you think I am. I'm the other Sabrina, but you probably have a chance.
Yeah, because he's like, well, if it is over, like, I'll leave you alone, but if there's even a 1% chance. And she's like, I think you've got that chance.
Yeah.
I have questions about this, because, like, does this Sabrina not have feelings for Nick?
It's really, it seems like no. It seems like they are just completely divergent people.
Which doesn't make any fucking sense. They've only not been the same person for like 20 minutes.
Prudence and Roz brought back Blackwood's body. Well, I don't know. Maybe her relationship with Caliban is really fulfilling. And so she's like, you know, I really like Caliban and, Nick was the path not taken. And so that path taken is actually being taken concurrently. You know
so then
mean?
Is there also Sabrina with Harvey?
Oh, uh-oh. That'll fix everything.
I always say add more chaos to the chaos.
That's right. Prudence and Roz brought back Blackwood's body and offered to reunite him with his body and his talk, if he talks. And he's like, no, why would I want that rotting thing? And so they pull out needles and start stabbing the body. And then Roz is like, ooh, this is really gross. I'm going to head to school.
She's like, I gotta
because
go.
Blackwood can still feel pain. The Spellmans and Morningstars sit down together to find a solution. Nick comes in with an idea that if they reverse the realm's polarities to push them away from each other, it might work. And the Spellmans go to hell to use their energies, and the Morningstars stay in the mortal realm to use their energies. And they use their respective powers in the opposite realms, but as the realms are being pulled apart, it's literally like tearing the fabric of the realms apart, so they are too tied together, and so they have to stop.
Wouldn't it have been funny if it had worked, but then they were stuck in hell and the other ones were stuck on the earth?
Now that would have been
That would have been funny.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like they can't leave because it'll mess it up.
Yeah, right. And so they have to get used to their respective places.
Yeah.
That's classic sitcom stuff.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then eventually maybe they can figure it out, but.
Yeah. Stay tuned for sitcom stuff. Oh, I didn't mention, well, I'll mention it later.
Yeah.
No minute. Theo tells Robin he can't go to the Fey realm with him, and Robin's like, "You're not safe here." And Theo says, "I won't run away from a fight. We have to stop Sauron." And Robin shuts the window and locks it and says, "I won't go either." Moth comes to Robin, and they have a vision of Robin and Theo growing old together, and Robin watching Theo die. But Robin's like, "But if we had a child."
Brenton's just talking about Lord of the Rings at this point, and I think that's very important if you haven't seen Lord of the Rings to note that like half of this is just Lord of the Rings, and Brenton's just adding it in there.
Yep. I've always said Robin's very much an Arwen.
Not an Aragorn?
No.
That's Theo?
Exactly. The rightful king. We should be putting Theo on the throne. I think Theo would be pretty damn good.
Yeah.
Pearls start raining outside the academy, and Ambrose realizes the celestial realm is being pulled into this, and Lucifer is like, "God damn it, the false god," sticking his nose in things. And then the angel Metatron appears with a solution. One Sabrina has to die for the cosmos to survive, and it can be either Sabrina, doesn't matter, or the two Sabrinas can merge into one. And everybody is worried about what will happen if they do merge. Like, will their memories both survive? What happens to the other's soul? Because they are two existing Sabrinas.
Do they have two separate souls if they started as one soul?
Well, they are.
Is it like twins, like when the cell divides?
I think they are. Well, because they didn't start as one. Is because they were from two different time periods. And so it's essentially like you're pulling a Sabrina from a different universe is how they're treating it.
Are they from two different time periods?
Well, because it's one Sabrina went back in time to the other one and went like, "Hey, wait, don't go in there, and we'll both go our separate ways and exist at the same time." So they're treating that as if it's like two separate universes.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm very confused about this time loop thing.
Yeah, they're playing fuzzy with it, but I think that's what we're supposed to treat it now. That's at least my interpretation.
Okay.
The Sabrinas talk to each other alone and agree to merge, but want more time. Sabrina Morningstar wants to spend time in the moral realm for a little while and catches Spellman up on the combo with Nick. They return to tell everyone they'll merge, and Ambrose is stammered because he's like, "We have to think of another way." They ask Metatron for one last day, and Metatron grants them 6 hours. Hilda visits Lilith to tell her the Morningstars are at the academy. Lilith refuses to run and wants to talk to Lucifer. She asks Hilda to hide Adam and sends Lucifer in. She meets with Lucifer and Caliban, and Lucifer wants his son, and Lilith comes clean that the kings came to kill her, and he's like, "I don't care, I just want my son." And is more annoyed she ran away, so he gives her 6 hours to spend with Adam before he takes him away to hell.
6 and 6. We have 3 people with 6 hours.
Pretty good. Morningstar wants the Fright Club to all play hooky from school, and she
doesn't tell them that this is like a different thing.
No. Spellman invites Nick to meet her in her room, and she's like, "I missed you too, and now is the chance for us to reunite before the merge." And then the Fright Club all plays Total Eclipse of the Heart while Nick and Spellman have sex. Lilith reassures Adam it'll be all right, and they'll never be apart no matter what it takes. Theo walks along the tracks to school when Moth appears and tells him he's ruining Robin's life. Every day spent in the mortal realm reduces his power. Ambrose fixes the telescope and spots something bad in the cosmos. Oh, no, no, no. The Sabrinas are going to be merged and are being reassured by their boyfriends. Metatron begins...
Husband and boyfriend.
Oh, that's true? Apologies to the Morningstars.
Morningstars married.
Yeah. Do you think Caliban took her last name? I assume so.
Yeah.
Metatron begins the merge.
He has a last name. He was of the pit.
Oh, right.
Sabrina of the pit.
Yeah, I mean, Morningstar's better, but it's not a bad name.
No, but she's already the queen of hell.
Yeah. Actually, that's when she goes to the turnstile show. Metatron begins the merge. Ambrose runs in and says, "Stop the ritual. There are 3 new realms converging on us and causing the tremors because the Eldritch Terrors copied the current realms, and they just are going to mash them all together. The Eldritch Terror Cosmos." We learn Metatron knew about this, but insists they still must merge the Sabrinas. And there's only a 50% chance of the merge working, and Metatron vows, first of all, to preserve order. Lucifer force chokes Metatron, and then the other witches are like, "Yeah, let's do it." So then, like, all the Jedis force choke her until her neck snaps. Or their neck snaps. The Eldritch Terror Cosmos created the multiple realms to crash on our own. I already explained that. They plan to send one Sabrina from their Earth to the other Earth to stop this, and Sabrinas decide by playing rock, paper, scissors. And Morningstar loses. And Lucifer refuses to send her, but Morningstar is like, what sort of leader will I be if I let my subjects die? And Nick and Ambrose will open up a wormhole to the other Earth for her. Robin comes home to Theo crying, and Theo tells him he has to go, and Theo doesn't want him here. And Moth appears at the window to usher Robin away, and Robin says he loves Theo, and Theo, leave your window unlocked, and one day I'll return. When Robin leaves, Theo shuts the window, locks it.
But Theo does say that he loves him too.
Yes. Yeah, they both say they love each other. Sabrina Morningstar kisses Caliban goodbye, and Ambrose tells her the other universe will be very similar to theirs. Morningstar steps through the mirror into the copy realm, and Morningstar emerges to find her aunties from Sabrina the Teenage Witch, the sitcom from the 90s, and we hear a laugh track. I didn't include them in the cast this week because...
We'll have more on them in a couple weeks.
Exactly. Lucifer comes to claim Adam, and Lilith invites Lucifer to dinner. He sees a cutting board covered in blood. He's like, what did you do? And Lilith's like, I'd rather our son died than be raised by you. And she asked to be killed by Lucifer. And he's like, no, I won't kill you, but you won't die and you will suffer. And I strip you of your powers and I turn you mortal, except you will never die.
Versus her with humanity.
Oh, the humanity. Prudence visits Blackwood and says the Cosmic is the next Eldritch Terror and tells him to come clean on how to stop it or she'll start stabbing his ear. Sabrina and Nick embrace in the window and look toward the cosmos. They see a falling star, and Sabrina wishes on the star that Morningstar and everyone will be safe. Peace on Earth.
Okay. I want to talk about the Sabrinas first.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. I actually think this episode's kind of fun with the situation we ended up in. I don't like where we are. Yeah. I think that's an important place to start, is I don't like where we are because, one, we've gotten no time in hell with Sabrina Morningstar.
The Morningstars are so fun.
They're the B plot. And it's so annoying because I'm like, well, I want at least more of them. Like, I want some sort of, like, what are they doing down there? How is Sabrina? And, like, her fighting with Caliban because Caliban's like, oh, we can, like, make more room to torture people. Or we can, we can add Earth except for Greendale. Like, he's pushing.
I love the bureaucracy.
Yeah, like I would watch an entire show of just Sabrina trying to rework hell.
Yes.
What doesn't work?
The Hell Reformation.
Yeah.
She's Protestant.
What doesn't work?
She renounces Catholicism. She's evil Protestant now.
What doesn't work?
I mean, come on. I mean, we've gone to something. Sorry.
You really? No, it's okay. Keep going. You're having fun. I'm just trying to finish my sentence.
Go for it. Sorry. Apologies.
No, it's okay. No.
The Protestant interruption.
He's proclamating over here and I don't like it. No, I'm kidding. That is very funny. No, I'm kidding. The bitch.
Yeah, great. Thank you.
First, I make him not real bread. Now I have to listen to him make jokes. It's hard being married to a man. Anyway. No. So. Oh, fuck.
I'm so sorry. I derailed you so hard. Okay, so.
Okay, wait. No, hold on. I got this. So Sabrina, B plot in hell. I wish there was more of them in hell together. Oh, and she's like, hey, things are going really bad. Or like, I might not be myself. I want to spend one last day with the friends, but not the aunties. My issue is that Sabrina would have never agreed to split in the first place because she would have never agreed to abandon her family and her friends to stay in hell. Like, part of the issue and why they split was that she had a hard time picking who to help and like what the right thing to do in that moment was. But there's no way they wouldn't have remerged before this because she wouldn't have missed her old life. Sabrina was so against giving up her mortality to then just give it up and go be queen of hell doesn't make any fucking sense. Like, it totally made sense in an impulse, knee-jerk, I'm mad at Nick, I'm mad at everyone, I'm sad reaction, but they would have merged back together before this.
Yeah, we started the season with them being like, oh, well, this is actually not a great decision that we made to split. Yeah. And then we've gotten here now and they're like, no, we're actually cool. Like, this is fine.
Yeah. It doesn't make any sense.
No.
So, I also think one of them...
sorry, go.
No, go ahead.
I was just going to say, yeah, and in the show, it's like, yeah, no, it's worked out for both of them.
Yeah, which doesn't... I'm like, Caliban? He tried to kill you. Or like, not kill you, but... permanently lock you up in hell.
Yeah.
So, The other thing I thought was interesting, so I was thinking about how the show is like, it's always like the old show was Sabrina the Teenage Witch. Like that's the thing. And I was like, I guess there's a reason why it's teenage witch and not witch teenager, besides just it sounds better. But it's like the idea that the teenage Sabrina, like the mortal part of Sabrina is always going to be more of the focus. It's like what's always pulling.
Yes, yes.
So I guess like that's why we don't get as much of Hell Sabrina. But it is interesting to default to Spellman and not Morningstar.
Yeah.
When you've had this like big reveal. And I get it because the most of the cast.
Or even doing a like share the time on the screen where it's like, because you're playing with both sides or potentially unhappy, you know, you kind of go back and forth of like, wow, these are the reasons this isn't working on either side. And then they have to come to the realization that like for the greater good of everything else, they have to merge. But now it's like, well, damn, it really sucks that the Cosmo won't allow both of them to experience the fullness of their separate lives.
Yeah, I would think like them merging would be really interesting. Like it could have been really fun to have them merge and have like Sabrina be like have all, it's like she just has reabsorbed her own life. So it's not like, instead of it being two separate souls, it's like you split yourself in half.
Yeah. Because that's
what the concept was initially. So I just think it's interesting they did it this way.
Yeah. And it does make it seem like she has less consequences because she doesn't have to then prioritize things in her life. She doesn't have to choose, like, she doesn't have to choose.
Yeah, and I'm like, aren't you? So also what I think is crazy, so Morningstar leaving, Sabrina Spellman still has all the same physicality and like ability and the same genetics as she always had, like, 'cause it's just two of her. So wouldn't she also still be Sabrina Morningstar? So like, wouldn't Lucifer also just want to take her then as Queen of Hell?
Yeah. Is it because he's the exact same? As Metatron says, it's like they're the exact same.
Yeah. I'm confused by that. It's just very confusing. I think this is kind of like a fun direction to take this in, like because of where we are. Like now that we're here, I'm like, okay, this is fine, I guess. But I don't like that we're here. Does that make sense?
Yeah. It doesn't hit as much because I feel like it's letting too much off the hook of like her emotional arc of like us having to think through. Or like leaving the audience of kind of being like, wow, did she make the right decision? Like when she like chose this over this? Or yeah, she has to come to terms with the path not taken of like, okay, well, because we merged, like I now have to do this and this. And I'm finding my own happiness within the of like how I have to live life, how everybody has to live life.
And it could have, if she really wanted to split and have like a version of her that's in hell just sitting there, couldn't she have made like, remember the little like vegetable people and like sent one of those to hell, and then like that could have been like a drama with her and Lucifer, and like we could have had more like anything else.
Yeah. And then it also lines up with Lucifer not caring about any of this anymore.
Yeah. It's very weird.
Yeah. I think they just they're making things too tidy.
Yeah, which is interesting because like I would argue that in Riverdale things are never tidy.
It kind of depends.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
It fluctuates. But yeah.
So I just wanted to talk about like the Sabrinas of it all, because I just don't think there was any reality. Like the more you think about them splitting, there's no reality where Sabrina is picking being Queen of Hell over also being able to see her aunties and her friends ever again.
Yeah.
Ever again.
Yeah.
Because that's like the crazy part. It's like this is a very permanent decision for the two of them.
But she never has to wrestle with that after the first couple episodes, really.
Well, and yeah, it would have been also interesting to see her, like, is she in hell and is she bored?
Yeah.
Like, who are her friends in hell?
It seems like for Morningstar, she's like, no, it's cool.
Yeah, I girl bossed.
Because
remember there was the one episode where she talked about being a little sad, and then she's marrying Caliban.
Yeah. Yeah, it was that first episode, and I couldn't remember the rest of the season. Like, is there that we get some, like, I'm just putting up a front like Spellman, and we're both miserable.
Yeah.
But it wasn't that. It was like Sabrina Morningstar's like, no, I'm like...
I figured out how to be happy where I am.
Exactly. Buy my guide, follow my series.
Like, comment, subscribe.
Exactly.
Yeah, I just, I don't know. It's also like, I mentioned earlier, like, so she has no feelings for Nick.
Yeah,
and
it is weird.
No feelings for Harvey in that way, but she does want to see all of her friends one last time.
Mm-hmm.
which I think is interesting.
Yeah. So my read was like, oh yeah, she is in love with Caliban and they have this great relationship now. So like, I'm not threatened by Spellman being with Nick because like, I'm not interested in that anymore.
Yeah. Well, I didn't even think like she'd be jealous because it's like if you get the guy, but it's like, does she like when he's confessing to her, does it not make her feel some sort of way?
No. She's highly evolved.
Yeah, she really did go to hell and like grow up. Like
Yeah.
she was like, you know what?
She's first season Hannah Marin.
She's like, I'm in my 30s now. Like,
yes,
like yesterday we were talking about
canonically in her 30s.
We were talking yesterday about like because we started dating at like 21.
Mm-hmm.
So like everyone I dated before Brenton, I was a child. They were a child. I mean, not legitimately, like legally, but we were. I think the last person I dated, I was 20. It was like right, but we broke up before my birthday. So like, we met like 2 months later. But I'm like, oh, like it's so funny when you think about like the things that mattered at that age, so and like felt so big, and then like in reality, you're like, I didn't even fucking know that person. Like I didn't know a goddamn thing about them. Like you don't know, it's just part of being young, and like everything feels so big. So it's funny to have like a Sabrina that is like that, and then a Sabrina that's not, and that like 3 to 6 months in hell. I don't know how long this has been going on. Timeline's a little fuzzy. Maybe 2? I don't really know.
Yeah, not long.
Not long has changed that.
Yep.
I also think it would have been interesting if the universe had tried to like morph them. Like what if they kept accidentally body swapping or something? Like it's like, oh shit, now I'm the one in hell. And like I like because it's trying to like the universe is trying to make them into one.
Yeah.
That could have been fun.
But
it's like Severance, like I'm blending their innies and their outies together.
It's like, and she wakes up. Yeah. Oh my God, I'm in hell.
Yeah.
Yeah. And instead we get Metatron, who's like correct. Like Metatron's kind of like 100% correct. It's like, yeah, you're attracting the Eldritch Terrors here by the two of you existing.
Yeah, you're being chaos, girl.
But instead, because it's like kind of within all of the characters being like, well, they should be able to exist together in their separate realms. Like you're just being the bad guy here. That Metatron's just kind of pushed to the side.
I hate to say that the angel's right.
I know, exactly.
I also it's also funny because it's got a 50-something% success rate, and I was like, that's higher than any success rate of anything else they've ever done.
That's what, and everybody's like, that sucks.
The other thing that doesn't make sense
Metatron.
is the aunties picking Spellman over Morningstar, because it's like, oh, it's a Sabrina we get to keep. Like, no, if there's only one Sabrina, she's back to being both Sabrinas.
It's the exact same. It's the exact same.
But
it's
Ambrose,
the same thing like you said with Lucifer.
Ambrose does not pick between the Sabrinas. He calls the Morningstar Sabrina. He's like, okay, cousin, and he gets ready to send her in. Like it's the same. She's the same person to him, and that part just makes me want to cry. Yeah. I just love that. I thought that was very sweet.
Ambrose and Sabrina is always
it's the sweet part.
Yeah,
it's very cute. So I think that's all about the Sabrinas I wanted to say.
Yeah, that's all I had to.
Okay. The other thing I want to talk about is I wanted to compare two couples in air quotes. So the first is Lilith and Lucifer. So that's why I say couple. Mm-hmm. And then the second is Theo and Robin. And I'm going somewhere with this, I promise.
Interesting.
So Theo sends Robin away so that Robin does not become human, basically, and lose his magic. Like Theo's like, you have to leave. One, but Theo does not confirm with Robin if this is what'll happen. Theo takes Moth at her word, which is crazy town because we don't know Moth. She showed up in your room and scared you.
I know.
I don't trust her.
Blew magic dust in your face.
Yeah, and I hate when people blow magic dust in my face.
Let me tell you.
So Theo sends Robin away to protect Robin from becoming human, whereas Lilith is then cursed with humanity. And it's like these kind of like couples that are like there's a lot of love between Theo and Robin and like maintaining who they are individually, whereas there's like no love between Lilith and Lucifer. So then it's like Lucifer's like, I will gladly take away the thing that makes you you.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's so interesting to have in the same episode. Like I would have never thought to like put those couples like that.
Yeah.
And I mean, I don't even know if it was super conscious the way they did it, but
it works.
I viewed it that way. And I was like, oh, that's such a such a good like way to look at like love versus like no love.
Mm-hmm.
Like using people versus like loving people and wanting the best for them.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I do think Theo's a fucking idiot for not talking to Robin, but
the intention of
go on, get.
Yeah.
It's so sad.
Oh, it just makes me think of the 30 Rock carrying the Hendersons. When Jack has to shoo away, I can't remember. God, who's the writer, the slob on 30 Rock, and he has to shoo him away because he's becoming too much like Jack.
Oh, I can't remember.
Yeah. Anyways.
I thought that was a really fun, interesting thing. Also, Theo locking the window broke my fucking heart.
It's really sad.
Theo, don't lock the window.
Yeah. Theo, talk to him.
Yeah.
Respect his wishes.
Yeah. Trying to think, is there anything else?
I think
Ambrose and the telescope. Ambrose fixing the telescope because Sabrina Spellman asks him to. He asked her earlier in the episode, obviously. She asked him and he said, we have bigger things to fry. And then she's like, hey, if the merge doesn't work out or whatever, can you just make sure you fix the telescope? It'll be my legacy at Baxter High. Which is also crazy because it's like, well, couldn't Morningstar have gone to Baxter High?
Yeah.
I guess she's too busy in hell. Like, does she, now that she's Queen of Hell, is
she's
she
just
not
gonna stay
allowed?
in hell? It sounds like.
That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. Two different people, but they're the same.
Yeah. Okay. What were you going to say? Sorry.
Oh, Lilith, I think, is just at an all-time low. I think.
And then she kills her baby.
I was, thinking back on Lilith, like she's always been, she starts out so conniving and strategizing and powerful. And the show just keeps introducing more and more ways for her to like have to rely on other people, have no power of her own. Like previously she had to run to the witches for help. And then she had to work with Blackwood for help for previously. And then in this one, she's just aping Lucifer, but hoping that Lucifer's going to kill him. But she should know Lucifer well enough that he's going to torture her.
Yeah.
So like, she's smarter than this.
Yeah.
But she is just so powerless. You hate to see it because she's such a fun character that they've just.
Well, couldn't she have relied on like Hecate?
Yes,
like,
anything else.
Because she's like the first witch, so couldn't her power come from anyone?
Yeah.
Can Lucifer take away her power?
Apparently.
Versus her.
Yeah. It's awful.
It's all crazy. Yeah, and even for Caliban to even be able to like send her into the pre-early labor and like the king's coming after her and
she's just so weak.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
No, I hate it.
I don't like it.
Yep.
So that's where we are.
That's that.
Is there anything else from this episode you want to talk about?
That's it for me.
I think that the Sabrina and Nick of it all is the highlight for me, obviously. But I wish we had more of Nick in the high school.
Mm-hmm. Like a full episode.
Yeah.
I think that like looking back on this season, there's just like some mismanaged stuff. Like we could have gotten to this sooner.
Yeah. We could have done this a lot early. It could have been really quick.
Yeah, exactly. It would have been but we could have had like an episode dedicated to it in one of the earlier Eldritch Terrors, but no.
Yeah, I think like taking this long to get to it is interesting.
Like we could swap out the whole wedding stuff with the uninvited.
Yeah.
It could have just been focused on Nick being at the school.
Yeah. I like that. I would have liked that. I like more downtime, and because they're fitting so much plot into these last like 8 episodes, it just doesn't, you never get a chance to breathe.
Nope.
It's something I think about a lot writing, and I think about a lot when I'm reading and when I'm consuming media, is that like the way we've created media now is one, both because I think in television it comes in a lot of different ways, because we used to have these like Pretty Little Liars had plenty of time.
Oh yes.
They had plenty of downtime. They weren't actually down, but you could have had downtime.
They were knocked down.
They were knocked down. The girlies were down. But you had so much more time to like sit with the characters and get to know them and watch them do things and like feel more connected in that way, even if half the plot didn't make sense.
Yeah.
But when you do a show this tight, it can work really well if you focus on the right things. But I think we're in a spot where they're focusing on throwing so much plot into the story that you're not getting to enjoy the characters.
Yep. Agreed.
Well,
I guess we'll move on to plugs then. You can find this podcast on all your audio podcast platforms of choice at Dead Ends. You can also find us on YouTube at dead_ends. You can also send us an email to deadendspcast@gmail.com, especially as we come to the end of Sabrina here. If you have anything you want us to talk about or have any comments or questions, send it that way. And you can also leave a comment on YouTube. We like talking to people there.
we do.
And all of our podcast art is done by Senki R. And you can find a list of their portfolio and all of our podcast episode descriptions. And then we're on Blue Sky at dead-ends, and then also on Instagram at deadendspcast.
Well, not today, Satan.
Not today.
He really isn't doing much.
Not a whole lot.
Ever cursing Lilith with humanity.
Mm-hmm.
We've all been cursed with humanity.
Yes, we certainly are. But we love you.
We love you.